You there, Demetrius? Okay, I see you there, so I'm assuming you're there. Let me just let you know by text that I'm here too, and see if Shad has time to join. Otherwise, he can watch the videos later. All right, so let me start off. Has anybody got any questions? I got a couple people on YouTube asking some questions too. All right. Yeah. So someone
Hello.
asked, "Hey there, how you doing?"
Morning, Steve.
Morning. All right. So do you have any updates? Any questions for me or anything?
Yeah. So I had recently sent out postcards.
Okay.
I'm having a problem trying to create like a Google Voice or a text now. For some reason, I don't receive calls. Like, do you use anything other than those two,
So
or
let
should
me
I get a
actually,
payphone?
yeah, let me actually share my screen and I'll show you. So I mean, right now I'm still up. I'm moving over now. I can set up a phone number for you in the system. It costs like $3 a month, whatever. I don't care. And we can set that up to ring back to you. So that's one option. Um, that would not be good for bandit signs because I don't want to get it blacklisted because that blacklists my whole account. But like for your actual operational, that's one option.
Okay.
But let me just pull up one of my screens here and I'll show you.
Yeah, but I started sending out. I started using postcards.
Okay. Well, okay. So you want to talk about postcards first or phone numbers first?
Um, Phone numbers first, yeah, because
Okay.
that's what
All
I'm
right.
struggling with more.
Yeah. So basically, you see my screen. So Google Voice for personal use. Did you do all this? Did you go through
Yes.
this? Okay. And where did it jam up on you?
So I tested it by calling myself to see if it works. It doesn't work. So I think it's just the application itself, but it's doing the same thing for me for text now.
Yeah, and I don't know the tech. I don't know the tech number. Now I've never tried to call my. Let me try calling myself from my Google Voice number and see what it does. I don't think I've ever done that before. 570. Come on, come on, gerbils. Oh my god.
Reach Steve.
Yeah, so when you call yourself on the phone that Google Voice is set up on, it's going to go straight to voicemail. It's not going to call you
Okay.
because you're using your phone. Even though you're in Google Voice's app, you're still using your phone's outbound phone system. So it's going to go straight to voicemail. You can't. You're going to have to test it from something else.
Mm, okay,
Um,
that makes sense. The postcards too. Um.
yeah. So well, hang on, hang on. Don't let's finish the phone thing, then we'll jump over.
All right, my bad.
Um, when you can. That's right. I was responding to a couple messages. So what I mean, you can call me on your Google Voice right now. Call
Okay.
my 570-798-7051.
Are you seeing it?
Oh, yeah, we'll give it a couple seconds and see if it shows up. And I'll throw into the chat. I mean, I just Googled for the other numbers. Now there may be some authorization stuff you have to do within Google because I'm not seeing you right now.
Okay.
What's your Google Voice number? Let me try the other way.
502
Yeah.
119 6434.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number.
Okay. So there definitely must be a glitch of some kind.
Okay.
So I mean, any there's Ring Central. I mean, I just Googled it. I'm not saying whatever. Like there's many other free or cheap phone services. We could also set you up on the app as well, but it would not really be great for, like I said, for bandit signs. For the blacklisting reasons. I mean, you could even go so far as to get a second get a second cell number. But there's Guru 99, there's Nextivia, there's Umail. These are just ones I've heard of. Ring Central, but I don't think it's actually free. Um, you know, and like I said, if you want, we can definitely set you up with a number on our system.
All right, I'll
So
definitely let you
yeah,
know, but
yeah,
I'm definitely trying to fix it first.
okay, yeah, and I mean, I know Google Voice can be kind of cranky, so like it's probably just a setting. Now, in your postcards, what was your postcard question?
I only had two as of right now. It was like more of a hook than a question. So
All
I
right,
basically said, um, if you're looking for quick cash, and well, I don't. Hold on. Let me look. I have a picture of the postcard for exactly what I said.
so and I'll log into my postcard mania because I've got to actually trigger my mailing today too.
Okay, I
Um,
said, I said local. I literally said, "Hey, I'm a I said it's more like a explanation. I said, "Hey, I'm a local wholesaler in your location, and I'm wondering if you're trying to work with me." Exactly like that.
all right, well, so short version, no.
Yeah,
um,
that was crazy, right? I know, but
yeah,
it's my. I was just I'm testing things. Like I'm
yeah,
still trying to. I'm
yeah.
still making things myself. For me, like
But
I'm not used to
we
doing
can
this every
give you scripts that work for everything. So let me give you scripts that work.
And you forgot
For,
to add me to the WhatsApp chat as well.
honestly, because I was going to set it up, and then I'd go to my sister's, and actually I forgot all about it because when my sister ending up in the hospital last week, I just forgot all about it. So here's what we have as our postcards, and but I am going to set the WhatsApp chat up. So thank you for reminding me of that. So
Okay.
here's what we have: get a fast cash offer, and I mean, I also have physically, I can mail you a box of postcards, and you can just put a sticker over the phone numbers and change the phone number to yours.
That would be helpful.
Like I have thousands of postcards that I will never use, and here's why I'm not going to use them, because I found it's more time consuming than I ever imagined to put the label and the stamp on them. It's just like it's not a hard process; it's a process a monkey could do. But in a 4 hour trip home from or an 8 hour trip home from somewhere, I think I maybe got 300 of them done, which
Mm.
isn't bad on one level, but on the other level, I was like, "There's no way in hell I'm ever doing this again." Um, so I'll happily send them to you, and you can just change the number, or you can even have them call the number. I don't care, whatever. But this is basically what we say: is we're trying to get a fast cash offer because no one understands what a wholesaler is, and if they do, they probably don't trust wholesalers. So you don't want to identify as a wholesaler.
Okay.
Your all of your messaging should always be, and that's the same thing when you're doing cold call scripts, and that's the same thing when you're doing anything, is they don't care what you are. Marketing is never about what you are. Even if you look at McDonald's, I'm loving it. McDonald's isn't loving it. Of course, they are loving it because they're getting lots of money, but I'm loving it. McDonald's makes you feel like you're happy. You know, Nike, just do it. It's not Nike, we are shoes. It's Nike, just do it. So what problem? And the old sales adage is don't sell the drill, sell the hole. And literally, even and just to stay on the drill topic, Milwaukee doesn't say we're a good drill. Milwaukee says 18-volt impact drill, 18-volt impact wrench, takes off the biggest nuts or whatever. What problem are you solving? Why are you doing that? Sawzall. Literally, the name of the product is it cuts anything. So you always want to focus your wording to their solution. One of my other postcards, and let me bleep back to side 2 of the same postcard. Oh, that's the other postcard, not the same postcard.
I'm still seeing where it says 1,000 free postcards.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. So you see, do you want to sell your property fast with no commission?
That's perfect, Steve. And you
Yeah.
said I should just put a sticker over it, like as in myself.
Yeah. So these are not the cards I'm sending you. I have ones that are an older and possibly a less good design, but yeah, I mean, basically, where it has my phone number on the ones I can send you, where it has my phone number, you just put your phone number. Put a sticker over it with print out so it looks nice, or handwrite if you can handwrite nice. Get a white sticker, put it on there. I would say print everything, and I will tell you, be careful when you run labels through a printer. Sometimes they can peel off and mess up your printer. So just it's going to jam. It's going to do stupid stuff. Labels are a pain in the ass. But basically, and you can handwrite, you can cross out, whatever works. I'm not telling you that's sort of technology to use, but basically, this is what you want to be telling people about. Do you want to sell your property fast with no commission? This is what we do for you. We buy your property fast with no commission. Get a fast cash offer for your property. That's what we're looking for. People, what problem are we solving? The fact that this has a picture. I have another postcard, which I've almost never used, but I can send you a couple hundred of each and you can see what you like. I have another one that is aimed at tired landlords and has a picture of a burnt out, has a picture of a trashed apartment, has a picture of broken pipes and water spraying anywhere, and has this guy who looks like he's about to cry because his tenants have basically ruined his fucking life. And are you a tired landlord? Call us. Something like that. I have another one that just has a pretty tree on it and life changes. And on the back is a very nicely worded statement. This is how long ago. My daughter's 15 and now this was when she was 3. In the words of my 3-year-old daughter saying, it's all about obituaries. It's sorry your loved one has passed away. We understand, when the time comes, we would love to talk to you about your real estate situation. Whatever. The point is, we designed that one to sit on there. They'll receive it. My theory was, and I never did it. I'm very bad at following through on this stuff. That's why I have you guys. Is that I'd see an obituary, I'd mail this to that obituary. And they'd put it on their fridge. And when the crying is over and they realize, oh crap, we have to do something with mom's house, we're on their fridge. So when you're doing any kind of marketing, if you're cold calling, hi, is this, and that's one of the scripts that I sent out, and I can send them out again. I'm actually making a folder with them, and I'm going to put it as a tag in the WhatsApp group. But I'm actually making a folder, but like the script for cold calling, it's, hi, you own 123 Main Street? Yes, I do. Are you interested in selling that or any of your other properties? Or would you like to convert that or any of your other properties to cash? It's always about them, not about you. Or the reverse of that is, hi, I'm a real estate investor and home buyer in your area. Do you have any real estate you want to sell? So you're identifying what you are in terms of how it will help them. If they want to sell property, they want to talk to you. So, and I'm not saying what you said was wrong. I'm just saying that I'm a wholesaler and I'd like to work with you. Doesn't really speak to their needs. And the reason I was late today and I lost track of time is somebody responded to my ad for private money, and he frankly was clueless, and that's why I lost track of time, because the deal was bad. But my ad on private money is, do you need money for a real estate investment? Call me. Whatever. So that's the important thing, whether you're doing, and these postcards can be used as drop-offs too. You can walk up and down neighborhoods, and just be like, after you've changed the phone numbers or whatever, and just be like, here, and you can go door to door. You can keep some in your car when you see a dilapidated house. Now realize, if you see a dilapidated abandoned house, nobody might ever come back to find your card. So that's not the end of the game, but the whole point is that these kinds of things, whether you can do door hangers, you can do flyers, you can do whatever. But the point is, all of your messaging needs to be, how can we help them? I'll show you my commercial card. This is my self-storage mobile home card, this is what I'm getting mailed.
Like, my ears look a little more how do I say it, authentic to mine. It's like,
Well, and okay, so let me so I appreciate that, but let me actually cover that. Sometimes that doesn't. Sometimes the handwritten, like I have seen, I've gone to, and I've never done this because frankly I'm not going to spend the time. But I've had better luck sometimes with my handwritten. Get a fat black marker and buy the blank pieces of poly, whatever that plastic cardboard signage crap is. I've had better luck sometimes with the handwritten "We buy houses," you know, on tent stakes out in front of Walmart than I have with pre-printed bandit signs. So like, something that looks homemade, and there's a lot of not research. I don't think any of this is actual research, but there's a lot of colloquial wisdom out there that says handwritten letters and handwritten postcards and handwritten whatever work better. That's why there are companies in the mailing industry that do actual pen, like they'll mass print letters, but it'll be done with an actual ink pen that looks like handwriting. So the font will actually look like handwriting. So don't shy away from. I'm not saying glossy and nice isn't nice, but don't shy away from "Gee, mine looks too homemade" because that might work. And don't be afraid. I don't want anything what I'm saying just to sound like. Don't tell them that hey, what you want. When you talk about who you are, and you should. Hey, I'm a local investor. I'm here to solve you. I'm a local investor. I want to buy property. I'm here to solve your real estate problems. Hey, because there's an argument that says these are too corporate looking, I guess, for lack of a better term. That if we'd gone and we chose this direction, we didn't make it by accident. But if we'd gone more handwriting looking, there's an argument to say it would look more like it might result in more. If we were doing envelope mailers, I would definitely have blue inked, not hand pen, but machine pen, all of the envelopes. I would have made the letter printed because it's just I think it's too expensive to make I just don't like the prices of those. But I would have had them pen. I would have had them pen the envelope, which I don't know if it's pen or if it's printed, but it looks like handwriting. So don't. What I'm saying is, don't shy away from what you are doing. I mean, if you want to send me pictures of what you did, I'll take a look at it. It's more about making sure the messaging is, we can solve your problem. Because the challenge with saying I'm a wholesaler is, first of all, most of them aren't going to care. That'd be the first. The second of all is the ones that care probably know. Well, most of them aren't going to understand. The ones that understand probably know the wholesaler isn't the guy with the money. They're not the buyer. That's why most wholesalers don't identify as that. They identify as investors. They identify as solution specialists or something else. Because they don't, without lying, they don't want the seller to know that there's actually not money at the end of the rainbow. So that's why, hey, I'm a wholesaler isn't really the thing, because the seller doesn't want a wholesaler. They're choosing not to go with a realtor for a reason. Seller wants a solution. Other postcards say, abandoned property, call us. Or, there's one guy in my market, and this would be a great thing for you to do. His whole bandit sign campaign is facing foreclosure or tax sale, call me. That's it. Facing foreclosure or tax sale, we buy property fast. Phone number, website, done.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, the website link, you don't mind if I send them to the We Buy Houses link, right?
Yeah, you can send them to We Buy Houses Pennsylvania. You can send them to probably better send them to this one, huntingforhomes.com.
Okay.
Or We Buy Houses, We Buy Mid-Atlantic is the another one, because we already have a pretty good engine. It runs hot and cold, but we already have a pretty good engine on We Buy Houses. So like, I don't want your leads to We Buy Houses not actually looking like they came from you. So if you send them to Hunting for Homes, it's going to be the postcards. Yep. Actually, let me look at We Buy Mid-Atlantic. it might be easier to give you We Buy Mid Atlantic because I'm using I'm using Hunting for Homes for the postcards.
Hello,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yep, I'm here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear you though.
Oh, that's
Hold
weird.
on. I'm gonna join back the live. I can't hear you at all.
Check, check, check. Check, check, check. All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so I just sent you the link to We Buy Mid Atlantic Homes, and nothing is marketing that site right now. So if you go there, if you send people there, I mean, Shad might send some people there. I don't know, but right now, no one's using that. So if you
Okay.
send people there to that address, then whatever. Whereas if you send them to the actual Hunting for Homes LLC, which if you send them to the actual Hunting for Homes, this is the one our postcards are going to. So I don't want your leads getting confused. If you send them to this one, We Buy Mid Atlantic Homes, it still comes to us. It comes into our system. I can even change the phone number to you, whatever. I don't care. But so this is the one you should use. The one I just put in the chat. We Buy MidAtlanticHomes.com. Or if you whatever or whatever. But I just want to make sure that when they end up in the bucket, they end up labeled as you.
Okay, sounds good. See, that's all I need with the postcards and the number.
Yeah, and on the phone number thing, I can give you for the postcard. See, the only thing I don't want these numbers used on is. Hang on a second, let's make sure this is an emergency. This is Steve. All right, I'm back.
All right.
So the only thing I don't want the Osmanic phone number, which I can set up one of these for you, is I don't want it on bandit signs. That's the only thing. So that would be the only thing that I don't want it used for. And because bandit signs can get us in trouble, and I don't want to get blacklisted, and I don't want to use for bulk outbound phone calls either. That would be the other one that I don't want it used for. So give me 1 second. I've got to do something before because I've been forgetting about this for 2 days. So just give me 1 second. right, cool. Sorry about that. I had a
You're good.
seller told me on yesterday that they wanted to do a 5-day flash sale on one of their properties, and honestly, I forgot to post it, so I just had to get it out there. All right, so basically, so we can set you up with a phone number. If you figure out your phone number, if you need me to set it up, I will.
Okay.
But I'll also set one up here for you that you could put on your postcards, because then it'll automatically go in the system. But it probably should go to you first for now. But either way, the point is we can do the. I'll set you up one here, and then we'll have it whenever you want to use it.
Thank you so much, Steve.
So what other questions did you have?
No, that was just those 2 questions because I've been struggling with those.
Yeah. And listen, don't wait for these Wednesday calls. Feel free to reach out and say, hey, there's this, hey, there's that, whatever. And I will set up today. I'll set up the WhatsApp group, and we'll have that. But feel free to reach out to me the other way. All right. So here's something else that we're toying with over here. Is I'm gonna do this while I'm on the phone with you. Actually, I'll do this afterwards. I'm gonna set up so that you can get a copy of our leads that come into our website. I'm sorry, no, I'm sorry, backwards. I wanted to talk to you about helping us with disposition, if you're open to that, meaning of the things we actually get under contract. Because what I'm discovering is that I fall behind on the bigger picture stuff, like setting up our CRM, like setting up our WhatsApp groups, because I'm too busy doing things like responding to Facebook ads of people asking questions and, frankly, in most cases, kicking tires on properties. And so what I'd like to do, if you're open to it, is we'll give you the content for the ad. We'll give you what to say and how to say it and whatever, and eventually you'll get better at that yourself. And Ryan will teach you how to run the ads and what to ask them and whatever. And we'll pay you a little bit to post the ad on your Facebook, and we're pretty good at knowing what's allowed and what's not allowed. You'll follow up with people, giving them information that we provide to you. Be very careful, make sure you just parrot what we give you. And then you'll help, and we'll walk you through all of this. This isn't like you're flying in blind, but you'll get them to send us proof of funds. We'll approve the proof of funds, and then you'll help schedule them with appointments to the property. So basically, you'll be doing what was really known as disposition, basically.
Sounds great, Steve.
And what we figured we'd do is we'd probably throw you something small for posting the ad, like, I don't know, $20, and then we give you like 5% of the actual profit on the deal. We might raise or lower that when we see how it rolls, but we probably raise it. But that way it's like, okay, A, you get something going on, you get to see another side of the business. And as you're getting your other deals in, you're like, hey, I'm at least seeing something else. I'm not just seeing over here.
Sounds good, Steve. I'm actually open to that. I've been trying to get into the hands-on and with real estate, and it's been a struggle for me. So even if it's not like the side of the business that I'm learning, it's always good to have the knowledge of what I'm doing. You know what I'm trying to say? So, well,
and basically what this really is this is the kind of stuff that we will get to when you get a seller. But I'm like, all right, because you're really dedicated. You're doing everything you need to, and it's been a slow start. And I apologize. I've been distracted, so I'm working to get less distracted. But let me start at least putting you on some stuff so you can grow in that. And we might also have you get involved in acquisitions, taking our lead side. But honestly, right now, I've got you and Shad as sort of the 2 guys who are really the most dedicated. And I'm like, all right, you know what? In fact, Ryan and I had this conversation this morning. We were going to say to both of you, hey, why don't you both take acquisitions and both take dispositions? And Ryan's like, maybe we're better off having, because we've known you longer. Maybe we're better off having Demetrius handle the buyers, because that can be sometimes the more complicated, the more delicate part of it, because people are asking questions and whatever. And we don't know. And I mean, Shad's been great, but also Shad's been working in sales as well. So I'm like, all right. Basically, what Ryan said to me is like, well, wait, if we throw every lead to both guys, every seller that comes into both guys, is that really fair that they're kind of trying to fight for the same fish? Whereas if we say, okay, for right now, Shad's acquisitions and Demetrius's dispositions, and then eventually we mix both in, what we're trying to do is we're trying to help feed you guys from our, which is not a huge funnel, but from our funnel, to get you more experience while you're getting your sales side going. So all right, so if you're open to that, we'll get you going on that thing. We'll work out over the next day or so exactly how that'll work.
Yeah, I'm open to it. I'm down.
All right, cool. All right, sounds good. Yeah. So that's that. The other thing, and really the last thing I wanted to cover in this, is that we don't have to just be going after residential. 1 through 4 units, meaning, and I'm not saying you focus on this by any means, but if you want to get into looking for land, for example, I have an AI that we can give you access to, and it'll help. Yeah.
I've been actually thinking, like, since I got back to NYC, that
Yeah.
I could actually drive up there to PA if you need me to be like feet on land sometimes.
Yep.
I could do that for you.
All right, yeah. So and basically, like, so keep your eyes open and keep in mind, we don't really want advertised things, like whether it's Facebook advertised or listed or whatever. We want things that are not. But I can give you access to the Land app, which is like it's a Chat GPT, whatever they call when you add something to Chat GPT to make it work in a certain way. My friend who does a lot of land development coded this basically, and so it's that. Also, mom and pop self-storage facilities. We don't want to buy a U-Haul. We're never buying it from U-Haul. We sell to them at the other end. But if you're driving by and like, oh, that looks like a grandma or grandpa self-storage facility. It's kind of dilapidated. It's kind of whatever. Okay. So what I'm saying is when you're looking for sellers, it doesn't just, 90% of wholesale is 1 to 5 unit residential. But I'm a buyer for self-storage. I'm a buyer for mobile home parks. We have people for that, land. So I'm trying to throw you more ways that you can kind of get a little more, just I'm not telling you to focus there. I'm just saying, hey, here's other angles. And so next week's training is going to be it's going to be on non-residential a little bit. So when you kind of are driving by, when you kind of are looking at that, you're not, you know a little bit about it basically. All right, so that's the other thing I wanted to cover is trying to get you, because I really want to get you going, and we finally got our CRM in place. As you see, we finally have our postcards ready to go. We finally have so we finally got some of the systems going on, and hopefully my except for last week with the sister thing, whatever. So we're ready to go. So I'll set up the WhatsApp chat today. I'll get you and Shad and a couple other people on it. And then, let me know what you need to do on phones and postcards, and use that one here, We Buy Mid-Atlantic Homes. Use that as your sort of website. And if you do want to build your own one at some point, we can talk about that. But you can use We Buy Mid-Atlantic Homes as your site, because that also covers the New York. That covers the whole New York, New Jersey kind of column. So given where you're at now, that also works for you.
All right. Thank you so much, Steve.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Thanks.
All right. Just.
Yeah. What's up?
I'll send you, and then yeah, that's it. My mailing address, right?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm gonna send you my mailing address. That's all.
Yeah.
For the postcards.
Yeah. Send me your mailing address, and also do me a favor. So send me your mailing address, and just because I got to move you into the CRM, give me your I have it in different pieces throughout our communication, but just give me a text message with your name, email address, mailing address, so I can just cut and paste the one thing and send it over and put it all in the CRM. And also you'll be getting a request from Google to forward stuff, and just from Steve at goodpeoplegoodhomes.com. Accept that, so we can use that as a relay to send the things that we want you to post on Facebook. And again, Ryan will train you directly on that. We'll give you, we'll hold your hand on that. But when you see the Google request to forward stuff from me, say yes, because I'm doing it on purpose.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Steve. Have a good one.
Thanks. Bye-bye.